Hello, everybody. It is Miss Dana. We're here with our weekly story time again. Excuse me. Just finished my breakfast. So it is Feel the Music. Come on, feel the music. We're going to be dancing a lot. I'm doing a lot of fun activities. The book that I'm reading today is called Be Quiet, Mike, by Leslie Patra. So he has the beat definitely in his blood, this monkey. He loves to drum. So everybody keeps telling him to be quiet though. I guess drums can get kind of loud sometimes, but he does have fun drumming. Let's see if it all works out in the end. This is a story about a monkey named Mike who started drumming as a tiny little tyke. Look, he's in his mommy's tummy. And he's even drumming while he's in her tummy. He played with his fingers. He played with his feet. A funky little monkey with a beat, beat, beat. Look, he's even keeping time on his daddy's head. So funny. Bing, bong, bing. His rhythms would sing. Look, he's beating on the tin can, the garbage can, and in the pool. And when he's reading books even. Oh boy, poor Monkey Mike. He heard only one thing. Remember the title of the book? What do you think his parents are going to tell him every time he drums? He heard it from his parents. He heard it from his sis. He heard it from the neighbors, and it sounded like this. What do you think they always kept telling him? He's banging on the garbage can. Be quiet, Mike. Oh, poor Mike. Maybe he'll grow out of it, said his mom and pop. But as Mike grew older, his rhythms didn't stop. He played on the table like a wild baboon. He played on the dolls in his little sister's room. But everywhere he played, he heard the same tune. What did they always say to him? Remember? Be quiet, Mike. Poor Mike. He just can't help it. He loves to drum. Oh, look what he's trying. Mike tried to be quiet. He tried to be still, but the beat of his heart was stronger than his will. Oh, he just needs to drum. He needs to move. Mike was good at school. He wasn't one for yapping, but with pencils everywhere, he couldn't stop tapping. They were like drumsticks. No noise was allowed. It was the rule all day long. And every single day he heard that same old song. What do you think his teacher and all of his classmates would say? You know. Be quiet, Mike. Oh, poor Mike. Then one day, he was walking with his pop when they passed by the window of a big music shop. And that's where he saw it, shining like a jet, a real live, full-size jammin' drum set. Oh, wow, that's perfect for him. Look at his face. Look at Mike's face. His mouth fell open. He said, it's perfect, so perfect for me. There at the drum set was an ape with long fur, beating so fast, arms and legs a blur. He boomed on a bass drum, rolled on a snare, banged on a floor tom, sticks in the air. Boom, chicka, zat, zoom, crash. Hi-hat, bass tom, smash. He's good. Mike's heart was in pieces. He couldn't deny it. He wanted that drum set. He just couldn't buy it. But that want got him dreaming. That need made him think. Aha! An idea. It arrived in a blink. What do you think he can do? If you can't buy your drum set, maybe you could get some stuff from home. Look at that. Mike took out his sketch pad and started to draw. His mind had a picture. He sketched what he saw. Then he really got to work. His room was a disaster. He ripped tape. He clanged metal faster and faster. Wow, he's making things. Hammer bang, ding, boom, bam. Rip tape, tie glue, wham. When Mike was all through, he sat down on his throne, twirled his sticks, and what do you think he made? He made a sound all his own. Look at that homemade drum set. Diggity diggity, zap zoom crash, coffee can, pot pan, splash. Wow, he did a good job. Look at all the forks and knives that he can clang. Coffee pot. He's a good maker. He rolled on his bucket, rang on his chimes, pulled out his bananas and played in double time. Mike played so hard he fell off his seat, but even on the floor, he never missed a beat. Oh boy. First chimes, then a fill, a boom, then he, stopped. He looked up in surprise. What happened? There's somebody there. Sorry about that. It was his mom and his sis and his pop. Oh, look, and they all look so happy. They loved it. His mom started clapping and his dad, then his sis. They hooted and they cheered and they blew him a kiss. Do you know what they said? Do you think they said be quiet? Doesn't look like it. It sounded like this. Play louder, Mike. He finally found his instrument. He's so good at it, and look at how happy he is. Fantastic. You think he'll be a drummer when he gets older? He just might. He's very good at making things too, so maybe he might be able to build something. That would be really cool. Perfect. So, we have a lot of fun things planned that was in your bag. Do you like to sing? Do you like to dance? I love it. It puts me in a really good mood. I love to move around. It's really nice during the winter too to move around a lot more. I know during the summer we always swim and we do fun activities because it's so warm outside, but the winter it's harder to find things to do. So I thought it'd be really fun if you could make your own instrument just like Mike did. Mike the monkey made his own drum set. So I gave you materials to make your own tambourine craft. There's a lot of beads and buttons that I put in your bag to put in the center. I had a whole bunch of leftover things that could rattle. So it sounds probably more like a maraca than a tambourine because tambourines have more bells. But I did make sure that I put a few bells. I had some left in your bag too to make it jingle a little bit more. But this is what mine looked like after I was done. So you can shake it. I think going from side to side is better than back and forth. You can't really hear it as much, so just shake it from side to side. You can keep a beat. It's very fun to make it rattle. I didn't put any bells in mine, so mine still sounds more like a maraca. But you can make your own instruments. There's so many different instruments that you can make. You can go on Pinterest and find a whole bunch of different ideas. You can even do ribbon dancing, ribbon sticks. too, which are really fun if you have dowels and ribbon at home, so you can move the ribbon around while you move and dance. That's why I have ribbons on here too, because it's fun to see ribbons move while you move. So basically we gave you a white paper plate, plain paper plate, that you can fold in half after you put the beads and the buttons and the bells, and you can put anything else from your house too inside to make a really good sound. If you feel like you have shells, shells might be a good sounding thing inside of your tambourine or your maraca. What else do you think you can put that's around the house inside your instrument? There's a lot of things that you can put in here, beads and buttons like I did. But then you can take a stapler after you fold the paper in half, then you staple all around the sides so the beads and the buttons and all your doodads in there do not fall out. I also gave you some washi tape. It's a fancy name for some tape. It has patterns and things on it, so it's really pretty. If you don't like the sharp edges of the staples, you can put tape over it and decorate it and cover it up that way. If you don't like the look of the staples, sometimes your fingers could like go against that rough spot and it might not feel good on your fingers. So I gave you some tape to put over it. And then also you can take a hole punch to decorate it even more and just put holes all around the edges, punch holes, and then tie the ribbons that I gave you in your bag on there to give it a little bit of an extra fun design and make it move around and dance. I have some sequins falling down. I think some sequins got into my button and my bead mix. So some might fall on the floor at home, but that's okay. Oh, and the last thing that I did, so it's not just plain white on, that's why I gave you a plain white paper plate, so you can decorate it even more. You can use crayons. I put a whole bunch of different circles and squiggly marks on mine with just crayons, or if you like markers too, you can use markers to do that. So then it looks even more fun and decorated and more personal for you. So it looks like your personal instrument. So there's lots of other instruments that you can make too. You don't even have to use craft materials. You could even just use the pots and pans like Mike did in the story. If you want to do more percussion, do a drumming thing, you could use the wooden spoons or plastic spoons that you have in your kitchen and you can bang out a tune on there. Also, I gave you in your book, in your bag, these songs. A lot of them you might know, like Itsy Bitsy Spider, or Five Little Monkeys Jumping on the Bed, or the alphabet song. Some I don't know very well. I know Wheels on the Bus. Others, there's about 30 of them. Different slips that have all the names on there. So you just need to find a very special container. Just call it your song bucket. You can use a gallon Ziploc bag too if you want, because it's fun to surprise yourself with what song should I sing today. Sometimes it's hard to make a decision. So if you cut all of these strips out and then you shake them up and mix them up in a bag and then just stick your hand in and then pull out, oh, I'm going to sing Itsy Bitsy Spider today. And then you can use your tambourine to keep the beat. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. So you can use your tambourine, or you can bang on the drums and keep the beat that way. So you have different songs to put in your song bucket. And also I made sure that you had a strip, plain strips, because I might not have remembered your favorite song. You should write your favorite song on the plain strips so that you can sing your favorite song too. Add some songs that if you like. I might not know all the songs that you sing at home, so you should add those to your song bucket, and that would be really fun. The last goodie I had in your bag was lyrics. That's a fancy word for all the words in a song to the Winter Hokey Pokey song. I am going to see if this works. See if this, works. I'm going to try to put the link to the YouTube video on the chat. And maybe you can see. The link. Hopefully you can, it's right over my face. But hopefully you can see the link to the song that I gave you the words to. It's called the Winter Hokey Pokey, and it's so fun. I have been singing along with it, and I have it actually minimized on my computer. So maybe I can play it while we are on Can you hear the music? I'll sing along this time. You put your left mitten in, you put your left mitten out, you put your left mitten in, shake it all about, you do the winter hokey, and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. What do you think is going to come next? You can't see my feet. Right boot out, you put your right boot in, shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your right boot in. Now you have to put your left boot in. Boot in, you put your left boot out. You put your left boot in. You shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. What do you think comes next? We did our hands, we did our feet. Winter hat in, winter hat out. Put your winter hat in, shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. I think this is a hint of what comes next. You put your long scarf out, you put your long scarf in, you shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Let's do one more. Put your whole snowsuit in, you put your whole snowsuit out. Put your whole snowsuit in, shake it all about. You do the winter hokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Did you like it? So fun. I hope you liked it. I know that I blipped out for a minute there, but I'm not technically advanced as I would like to be. I should have shared the screen, but I didn't know whether that was legal or not because I don't know whether you can show a YouTube video on a recording. So I wanted to be careful and make sure I followed all the rules. It's always good to do that. So I hope that you had fun dancing with me and making your own instrument and then reading the book together. And hopefully you will make a song bucket because it's really fun to move around and keep warm this winter. We are going to take a break next week because it's President's Day. So we won't have a story time, but I will resume again the week after. We're probably going to do, I think it's Let's Go. So we're going to do transportation theme So we'll make some really fun things that go. Hopefully you will have a fun week, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. And stop by the library anytime to say hello. Bye, everybody. Keep on moving and feeling that music.